In this video, we'll discuss about what is the overview of this general English for all competition examinations. So let us dive into this topic. Here, in this session, what we are trying to understand is how this general English is being asked in all the competition examinations. So if you look at it, just have a look at here. That is for this in an introduction class that all competition examinations. So I have made a separate video where we will discuss about in general English being asked in which and which varieties of the competition examination. So that will come in the coming up video. The next thing is why this overview is we are actually looking at it. Okay. So if you look at this concept here, why this video is important here is if you look at if there is a general English paper in any competition examination. So in this the grammar point and the model questions, grammar point and model questions. Okay. So these have been asked a high importance. Why this is high importance is so out of maximum marks, say for example, if it is IBPS, 30 marks is there for this both grammar points and model question papers. And if you look at any exams, so UPSC, SS, short service commissions, so any exam, sometimes straight away the grammar questions have been asked in previous year question papers. Okay, so look at a previous year question papers of whichever the kind you wanted. So you can see that the English grammar have been asked a straight away question sometimes. That's a fun point. And sometimes they wanted to ask you in a application point of view, like it's a not a straight grammar point of view, but in an indirect way. So that is a model questions that we are going to discuss. Okay. Now look at here some normal syllabus, general syllabus for this English grammar. So this is basically the general syllabus. Okay, and coming up the another slide. Apart from that, here, if you just open any competition exam, just any competition examination paper, is general syllabus. Okay, that in general English paper, if you just open it, you will see very, very subtle. Like you will have a nouns, they would ask you articles, then something like a passive voice. Okay, and sometimes they'll ask you here very simple. Okay, tenses. Okay, and sometimes they won't even ask the prepositions also, but generally like this. Okay, very simple and very subtle manner. Subtle manner means so they don't say anything in brief, just outlines. So we are going to ask you these questions. Okay, read the tenses, read the active voice, passive voice, direct speech, indirect speech, like that. Just simply they'll mention. Okay, but if you look at the question paper, all the things. Okay, so pronouns, verbs, and participles, this irregular verbs, auxiliaries and modals, all these points they have asked in examination. Okay, so for that reason, what you should do is basically you have to look at this syllabus in detail. So what is the syllabus of English grammar in detail? So look at here. The first one is nouns. The second one is adjectives, articles, pronouns, then verbs, then active voice and passive voice, participle and gerund, then infinitives, then irregular verbs, auxiliaries and modals. Then you have prepositions, adverbs, tenses, mood, conjunction, interjection. Then one more thing what we are trying to do is we are trying to explain you here verb pattern. Why here we are trying to explain the verb pattern is so many students they either know the basics and they don't know how to frame the sentence. Okay, unless you know that generally you learn the tenses and then you will frame the tenses. Okay, so that is normal, just a simple way. But if it is a complex way of making a sentence, so those patterns generally students don't know. So for that sake, actually the verb patterns is a separate chapter which has been provided for you. It's a very good video. Please go through each and every point. So there are some 35 points in the verb patterns. Okay, so out of these 35 patterns, each and every pattern, okay, each and every point is very useful, not only for competition examination, but also for daily use, okay, day-to-day life. And if you want to communicate in English, so this is a very good one. Okay, please go through that point. Please go through that video. That's also one point we are going to provide you. And here, apart from this, this normal, the grammar point, so each and every point is useful here. And sometimes this exam, sometimes in the case of a mood, generally, this is where generally some mistakes, so many students do mistakes. Say for example, if it is a subjunctive mode, okay, so then how this grammar point will be there, how the verb should be sound, how the verb should, which verb should come, whether the base verb should come or whether this normally whatever the pronoun or the noun verb that will carry, okay, singular, plural, or as a first person or third person. So likewise, that is also you have to take into picture. Okay, please keep this point in mind. And like this, all these things, so each and every point that we are going to discuss here, so is we are going to discuss the in depth and in detail. So that's I have said the word here. Two words which I have done. So we have discussed the English grammar here in depth and in detail for all competition examinations. Okay, so once if you go through all those things, I don't think so extra is something like you need to do practice. Okay, apart from listening to these videos, that much is good enough for you to understand the complete, so you will have complete view of English grammar. That's one point. Then another thing, if you learn English grammar, that is not sufficient. You need to practice some model question papers. Okay, so what I have done is here in this case, we have done is if it is a reading comprehension, say for example reading comprehension. Okay, so based upon the previous year question papers, we have taken all the models, model 1, model 2, model 3, like this. Okay, so how many models are there? So every model we have not left anything behind. And if we have done, please do comment and then let us know. We will try to do the give you extra information for you. But look at here. So we have not left anything behind. We have given each and everything in detail, and that video is separate. And then for sample, the demonstration has been given for one question. Okay, one question we have given a demonstration. Okay, so individual samples and one demonstrative samples. Okay, so close the test for like that. Okay, so error detection, fill in the blanks, para jumble, sentence connectors, sentence replacements. For this, both theory and one sample has been explained very neatly in detail. So that too in a very lucid manner we have explained. That is the second point. Then another point is we are trying to come up with these videos, that is previous year question papers, like so for example, till when the date has been published, so till the date when I was making this video, so from this day to previous days, so all the previous questions that are available, so that previous year question papers, like paper wise, I'll be able to explain you. Okay, so that I will solve it each and everything by using a English grammar. Okay, so what I'll do is, say for example, if it is a 2024 IBPS. Okay, so this 2024 IBPS paper, I'll solve this general English. Okay, and I'll correlate with the English grammar. Okay, slowly I'll correlate. So whatever the topics are there, that English grammar topics, I'll correlate it, and then I'll try to explain you this English question paper. Okay, so for example, if it is a reading comprehension, then there is a fill in the blanks. Okay, then there is a sentence replacement. Okay, sentence rearrangement. Okay, fill in the blank, like that. How many varieties are there? So all the varieties, it has been discussed in such a fashion. Okay, so from what I am going to do is from the very latest date. Okay, so 2004, then we will go for 2023. Okay, 22. So in such a fashion we will go, and then will be as soon as possible. So we'll try to upload the video, and then you can have the understanding of this, how the previous year question papers have been solved based upon the theory. Okay, so what you have to do is go through the English grammar videos. So here, what we are trying to do is, we are trying to provide, there is a separate session here for one playlist. Okay, playlist 1 for English grammar. This is playlist 1 for this. Okay, so this is another playlist, and this is another playlist. Likewise, there are 3 playlists, and the introduction, that is just giving you some idea. So that would be only one video. Okay, so that is not an important put. So I'll put it in any one of the playlist. Okay, maybe I'll put it in English grammar playlist itself. Okay, or else I'll keep it in a model question paper. So this video, I'll place it in something like this, any one of this. Okay, so that's good to go. So there will be 3 playlists for you. In this 3 playlists, what you have to do is, you have to go according to the sequence. So if you are good in English grammar, or if you feel that there is no need to practice, then you can skip the first playlist and go for the second playlist, and then go to this model question papers, and then try to look at how the questions are framed like that. Okay, if you are good with the 1 and 2, then you can skip this one and then go like this to the third one, which is a previous year question papers playlist. Okay, if you are not at all good at anything, don't worry, go through one by one. Go through the first playlist. In the first playlist itself, as I said, so I have given this each and everything in detail. So nouns, adjectives, articles, pronouns, so all those things we have given in detail. If you wanted to brush up your English grammar, then this is also a very good one. So first you go through this playlist 1, playlist 2, playlist 3. In this sequence, if you go through it, so it is a very good for preparation of any competition exam. So with this, I'm trying to close this video. Whoever are serious about preparing this any competition exam, and in this competition exam, any competition exam, and in that competition exam, if you have general English paper as one of the paper, then these videos are useful for you. So with this, let me close here, and then we'll meet again. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel, like it, press, share these videos to your friends, and share the playlist to your friends. So let this video be useful for them for preparation, whoever is preparing very nicely here. So all the best, nicely prepare well, and then secure a very good job. We'll meet again. Thank you.